Good morning. Welcome to the Trial Guide's Tip of the Day. This first day of June, June 1st, 2023. Today's tip comes from the video Concepts in Jury Psychology by Bill Barton. Here to read it is Bill Barton.
Thank you, Michael, and good morning. And let me begin with the reading and then a bit of an explanation. Consistent evidence strengthens a trial story, while inconsistent evidence is often ignored. What's going on subtextually underneath this? Well, it's called a confirmation bias. Now, before I develop that, which means I told you so. And now let's back up for a second. I want to give you a theoretical set of predicates. I believe there are three stories in every trial. There's your story, the other side's story, and the jury's. The trick is to tell the jury's story in your client's voice. How do you do that? That's what focus groups are about. And I don't want to knock you off your pedestal, but we suffer the advantage of 4 years of college, 3 years of law school, and we are disqualified from thinking like average people. We praise linear, deductive, sequential, pedantic, rote, mechanical, analytic thinking. That's got nothing to do with how people think intuitively. They form opinions and conclusions, and then they later rationalize it. That's why I told you so. It's kind of a just world hypothesis within what the social psychologists call, and it allows people to organize the world in a way that makes sense for them. So your job is to find out what the jury story is. Eric Oliver talks about this in Facts Can't Prove Themselves. There's many good minds that have spoken this, but it's kind of common sense. But the application requires you to get outside of yourself with an ounce of modesty and go out, and it can be very informal and de facto focus groups, and give them part of the story and ask them, what do they think? And they'll tell you what they think the rest of the story is about. It's very interesting, as opposed to the deductive kind of a focus group where you talk from the top down and then they react. You give them part of the story, some of the heart of it, and then ask them to fill in the blanks. And in the very process of doing that, they're telling you what they think common sense looks like. Then, once I've done that work, I try and sit back and look at my inventory of facts, particularly with the plaintiff, and I try to find the places that match up or overlap in a Venn diagram between what my client's thesis or story is and how well does it match up with the jury's story. And those are the areas of emphasis. So that's what I mean when I say consistent evidence strengthens a trial story. The key is to tell the jury story in your client's voice.
I love this, and it really requires us as the lawyers to get out of our own way. I've got a trial, I've been working on doing focus groups, and there's something that I think is so logical, and I keep presenting it to focus groups, and they keep telling me that they don't care. So I've had to back down and say, okay, what do they care about? Maybe it's not logical to me, but I need to embrace that.
I find it rather healthy and painful concurrently for me to be subjected to the judgment of an 18-year-old juror when I've lived and practiced 75 now, going on next month, 51 years of practicing law, and this kid's telling me what's right and wrong. And the reality is they are empowered, not me. And that can be very emasculating, humbling. It can invite a certain negative reaction, like, who in the hell are you? Well, I'll tell you who they are. It is local government at its best. Now, you think about that for a second. That's a framing thing for a jury, the process. It is government. It's structurally embedded within our Constitution. And it is local government in its most primitive, visceral sense. And to suggest what it's not says more about you than their reality.
What you're suggesting is really a deference and a respect for the jury, that you have to have that to be a successful lawyer.
That's Mo Levine through and through, the conscience of the community. That's rules of the road, spreading the tentacles of danger, safety, giving us all something that we can invest and buy in. So this jury verdict isn't just about money trading hands, but it's about community-based notions of fair play and justice. And if you're not heading in that direction, you're going the wrong direction, my friend. And you're going to be alone too.
Well, thank you, my friend, for being here today and for all your wisdom.
Thank you, Michael. Much love.
Let's take a deep breath together and appreciate the fact that we are alive this Thursday. May we be grateful for the opportunity of another day to go out and use our efforts, our work as lawyers, as legal professionals, paralegals, or whatever we do in the world to help reduce suffering in the world. May we help repair the world in the work we do today. May we fiercely and compassionately advocate for our clients. May we champion their stories. I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just remind you, it's Thursday. Wake up, go out, do good things, and have fun while you're doing it. Have a great day.